kitchen is finally quiet. The high chair tray is a beautiful disaster of smashed avocado and sweet potato streaks. You pick up that little silicone spoon, scooping up the last bit of golden orange puree. Your baby, who was enthusiastically eating just moments ago, turns their head away, mouth firmly shut. A clear signal, they're done. But there's just that tiny bit left in the bowl, and that little voice in your head whispers, "Is that enough?" So you try again. "Come on, sweetie," you coo, doing the airplane trick. "Just one more bite for mommy. It's so yummy." That moment right there, it feels so normal, so full of love and care. But what if I told you that loving gesture is one of the most common and most damaging mistakes we can make when introducing solids? That something as innocent as encouraging just one more bite is an action you should always avoid. It sounds dramatic, I know, but at its core, this is a form of gentle pressure. It's the very first step in teaching our children to ignore what their own body is telling them. It disconnects them from their natural, built-in hunger and fullness cues and inadvertently lays the groundwork for future mealtime battles and picky eating. Believe me, I understand the anxiety. I've been there, holding that spoon, consumed with worry that my child wasn't getting enough. That's why I started this journey. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm not a doctor. I'm a mom on a mission to read all the parenting books and scientific studies so you don't have to. And the research on this specific point is staggering. That one more bite does more than just cause a little fuss. It can trigger a powerful physiological response in your baby's body that actually makes it harder for them to eat. So what is this powerful response? It's the fight, flight, or freeze response. It's our body's ancient survival alarm, hardwired to protect us from danger. When your baby feels that pressure from the spoon, that well-intended just one more bite, their brain doesn't always register our loving intent. It can perceive it as a threat, a loss of control. Instantly, their body is flooded with stress hormones, mainly adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones are designed for one thing: survival. They prepare the body to either fight the danger, run from it, or freeze in place. To do that, the brain has to make some very quick decisions about where to send energy. Think of your baby's digestive system like a busy factory, humming along, breaking down food, absorbing nutrients. But when that stress alarm goes off, the factory boss, your baby's brain, shouts, "Emergency! Shut it all down!" All the workers go on break. The production line grinds to a halt. The body literally switches off the digestive system because in a survival situation, digesting lunch is simply not a priority. Their appetite vanishes, nutrient absorption stops. So even if you manage to get that spoonful in, their little body isn't even properly processing it. And here's the part that truly kept me up at night. This doesn't just happen once. When this response is triggered meal after meal, we are unintentionally teaching our babies that eating is a stressful event. We are building a negative association with food that can follow them for years to come. So how do we break that cycle? How do we make sure mealtimes are a place of joy and connection, not a source of stress? It all starts with a simple but profound shift in our mindset: trusting our baby. Trusting that they are born with this incredible, innate ability to know exactly how much food their body needs. And this isn't just a nice idea. It's a cornerstone of pediatric nutrition, a framework developed by renowned feeding expert Ellen Satter, and it's called the Division of Responsibility. It's a game changer. Here's how it works. Your job as the parent is to decide what food is served, when it's served, and where it's served. And your baby's job? It's to decide how much they eat from what you've offered, or even if they eat it all. That's it. When we embrace this, we give our children a gift, confidence in their own bodies, and a peaceful relationship with food for life. This mindset is the foundation. Now, avoiding that pressure we just talked about is the first most critical mistake to avoid. Let's build on that and cover the 4 other common mistakes that can accidentally sabotage this process. Let's dive into mistake number 2. Mistake number 2 is one I know is so tempting because it feels like a magic trick for a quiet meal, handing them a screen. We've all been there. You just want 5 minutes to eat your own food while it's still hot. But here's the hard truth. When our babies are watching a screen, they aren't really eating. They're being passively refueled while their brain is somewhere else entirely. It's like asking them to appreciate a beautiful symphony while a smoke alarm is blaring in their ear. They simply can't do both. This creates real, tangible problems. First, safety. They aren't focused on the mechanics of chewing and swallowing, which increases the risk of choking. Second, it breeds picky eating. They can't learn to love the taste and texture of broccoli if they never actually notice they're eating it. Their brain doesn't form the connection. But the biggest danger is that it teaches them to ignore their own body. It severs that precious connection to their own hunger and fullness cues, which is the exact opposite of the self-regulation we want to build. I want you to try this. Fast forward 10 years. Do you want a child who savors a family meal, who can talk about their day, who enjoys food? Or one who can't eat a snack without a phone in their hand, completely unaware of what or how much they're consuming? The habits we build today in that high chair are the foundation for that future. So the solution, as simple and as hard as it sounds, is to make mealtimes a screen-free zone. It allows their brain to show up, to learn, to explore, and most importantly, to listen to their own body. And that word, explore, brings us directly to mistake number 3, which is one of the hardest for so many of us, myself included, to overcome. Our fear of the mess. Oh, I know, I get it. You spend all this time preparing a beautiful, healthy meal, and within seconds, it's in their hair, on the floor, smeared on the wall. Every instinct in our body screams, no, keep it clean. Let's just all have a moment of solidarity here. Tell me in the comments, what's the absolute messiest food your baby has ever explored? I want to hear the war stories. But here's the perspective shift that changed everything for me. Let's stop calling it a mess and start calling it research. Your baby's high chair isn't just a place to eat, it's their very first science lab. Every squish, every smear, every drop is a data point. They're asking, what does this feel like? Is it warm or cold? Slippery or sticky? When they can do this research, they get comfortable with the food before it ever goes in their mouth. Now contrast that with a food they've never seen before suddenly being placed on their tongue. Imagine that for a second. It's a complete surprise of temperature, texture, and taste. It can be overwhelming, even a little scary. But a baby who has already squished avocado through their fingers is far less likely to be afraid of it in their mouth. And there's a huge bonus to all this research. Every time they try to pick up a slippery piece of banana or practice that pincer grasp on a single pea, they are building the crucial fine motor skills they need to eventually feed themselves. So please take a deep breath, put a splat mat on the floor, and let them explore. It's not just about food, it's about learning to love learning. And a huge part of that learning is developing the physical skills to eat independently. Which brings us to a surprisingly common hurdle, mistake number 4, the spoon-feeding trap. This is actually a two-part problem. It's not just about using a spoon, but about when you use it and what kind of spoon you use. First, let's talk about the when. While purees are a wonderful starting point, staying on them for too long can unintentionally hold your baby back. They need to practice moving food around in their mouth, using their tongue and jaw to build strength and coordination. Relying only on smooth, easy-to-swallow textures means they miss that critical window to learn how to manage more complex foods, which can contribute to pickiness down the line. So what does that progression look like? As a general guide, at 6 months, you might start with smooth purees. By 7 months, those purees should be getting thicker and a bit lumpier. Around 8 to 9 months, you're introducing more defined lumps and soft, mashable finger foods. And from 9 months onward, the goal is for them to be eating predominantly finger foods, which they can manage themselves. But that transition is made so much harder if you're using the wrong tool. And this might be surprising, but I see so many spoons on the market that are actually way too big for a baby's mouth. Imagine trying to eat a delicate dessert with a shovel. It's clumsy, you get too much at once, and it's just not a pleasant experience. That's what it feels like for your baby with a spoon that's too wide or too deep. A large spoon encourages overloading the mouth, which increases the risk of gagging. It prevents them from being able to properly close their lips around it to clear the food, which is a key skill they need to learn. Finding the right spoon, one that's flat and narrow, can be tricky. To help, I've compiled my absolute favorites, the ones that actually promote skill development, in the free Mealtime Essentials Guide. You can find the link for that in the description below. But having the right tools, like the perfect spoon, is only half the battle. The other half is the environment where your baby uses them. And this brings us to the fifth and final mistake I see loving parents make, and honestly, it's one of the most overlooked: an unstable seat. The hard truth is, the vast majority of popular high chairs are simply too big for the babies using them. To understand why this is such a big deal, I want you to imagine something. Picture yourself sitting on a tall bar stool with your feet dangling in the air and then trying to type out a long, important email. Where would your focus go? Not on your words, right? You'd be constantly shifting, using your core muscles just to stay balanced. You'd feel insecure. That is exactly what your baby feels in a high chair that doesn't fit them. There's a technical term for this: proximal stability for distal mobility. It sounds complex, but all it means is you need a stable core to have controlled hands. Just like you need your feet on the floor to type effectively, your baby needs their feet on a floor to use their hands effectively to learn to eat. So what does proper support look like? It's three things. First, your baby is sitting fully upright. Second, their arms are about level with the tray. And third, and this is the one most chairs get wrong, their feet are flat and firmly supported on a surface. When their feet are dangling, all their energy goes into staying upright. That's energy that should be going into learning to reach for food, to grasp it, and to bring it to their mouth safely. Now, hearing this, you might be looking at your own high chair and feeling a little worried, but please don't. You do not need to go out and buy a new, expensive chair to fix this. In the video right here on the screen, I show you exactly how to create that perfect, stable support using simple items you almost certainly already have at home. And that really brings it all together, doesn't it? When you boil it down, it's about 5 simple shifts. We're taking away the pressure to eat, taking away the screens, and taking away our own fear of mess. And in their place, we're adding in the right tools for their little mouths and hands, and the right physical support so they can feel safe and stable. When you do this, you create an environment built on trust and respect. You step out of the role of a worried food enforcer, and you become your baby's calm, confident guide on their journey with food. You are teaching them to trust their own body, and that is a truly incredible skill. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. It really does make a difference. And don't forget to grab your free Mealtime Essentials Guide from the link in the description below. It lists out all our favorite spoons, plates, and bibs. Subscribe for more evidence-based parenting strategies just like this. And remember, that video showing you exactly how to fix your high chair is waiting for you right here. You don't have to be a short-order cook or a food enforcer. By making these simple shifts, you become a trusted guide on your baby's food adventure. You are giving them a gift that will last a lifetime, a happy, healthy relationship with food.